All right, it's Tuesday, 13:33:34 year 2024, 5th month, May 7th day. All right, now this is trade number 2, video 2. Got some chickens cooking in here. Had to chop off their legs, the end of their legs down there, in order to fit them in, because they are frozen. Here's the axe that was used to whack, and here's the stump anvil that was used to crack. And it's a nice day today. The sun has come out finally. This is supposed to be, Tuesday, so look at the weather screen. Springfield, Oregon, today, partly cloud, partly sunny. Some might call that partly cloudy. Is the cup half full or is the cup half empty? Could be partly sunny. Or is that a dottery? Could be a fireball in the sky, though. And then the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days are supposed to be clear fireball. Up into the mid 60s, 79, and low 80s. Till that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is partly fireball. Tuesday is full cloud, 73. Going into the next Wednesday, 2 more fireballs for wed through 76 and 79 degrees. So the emphasis is on today, though, because it has been 2 solid weeks of rain, cold, fire-preventing weather. Some might think that it's shitty weather. Others might think the cup might be half full. That's fire-preventing weather. Because the rainy season looked like it was going to be short. And 2 to 3 weeks ago, the fire marshal's wonder was, this is not good. And so all of a sudden came Jack Frost with the cold rain to add a little more equilibrium to the fireball coming up. So anyway, today's video is part 2 to the trade. Instigating captain's log. With more equilibrium. Behavioral science, some call it. Behavioral science. Through self-assessment, though. Self-assessment. No use involving the vote for me phenomena, although it is prevalent throughout the society. The temporal necessity. Anyway, so yesterday's partial trade included a precumbrum, which was the other side of the fence cleanup. Well, the city came through yesterday with the big mower and chopped down the high grasses. Well, someone from the city. It's not the city, because the city is just an imaginative story. But an imaginative story is part of legal necessity. Better a story than no story at all. Some say, though. Some say. So anyway, and then the part 2 to the precumbrum was a climb to the mountains out in Cedar Flat to obtain these lovely hemlock rounds, about 250 pounds each. Rolled them right up into the back of the Subaru. 4 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Free on Craigslist. And those hills were just enough for one trip. Otherwise, the whole tree would have been gotten, which was a 130-foot tall, solid tree all the way to the top. That he said some 400-pound, 7-foot brother climbed that fucking tree and chopped that fucker down, pinpoint accuracy, in the backyard on a sloped hill. And over across from the neighbor happened to be someone else that was clearing out the land and had trees cut down all over the fucking place. With his trailer out there. After I pulled up into his driveway, or the driveway that he likes to stay at, thinking that it was the free Craigslist driveway. He comes out nice and friendly, says, "May I help you?" And so I had to bring up the Craigslist topic. And I says, he's over there. I shall park over there. I was parked in his driveway, except it wasn't a driveway, it was a rockway with a trailer on it, thinking that it was part of the free Craigslist property. So, anyway, that was some hilly stuff going out to Cedar Flats. Never been out there before. And so I told the guy, I says, I can just get this one trip and that's it. That's all the Subaru is going to handle. Anyway, so those were the 2 wood precumbrums to the last night's or early this morning's New York session trade. This is part 2 to the trade. Video 2. Evidence. Presenting evidence. So now head into the email. This here is a email sent from Don Sundman, Mystic Stamp Company, which is subscribed to and keeping up to date with his story and her story concerning the Postmaster General, which is the UPU over in Bern, Switzerland, otherwise known as the Swiss bank accounts connected to the French IMF, International Monetary Fund, where all the Earth's birth certificates are sent to for storage. So anyway, so evidence, this is just evidence to be presented concerning this morning's market trade in the Forex market, the currency market. So, and it starts off starts off like this. It says, on May 7th, 1833, Abraham Lincoln became the postmaster of New Salem, Illinois. Gee, does that sound like Chicago, Illinois, where the brother was sent to boot camp? He was just 24 years old at the time and held the post for 3 years. The post office closed May 30th, 1836. Anyway, it says the title to the article is Abraham Lincoln's Forgotten Duty, serving as a postmaster. So remember, the postmaster is where all affidavits are sent through to attach legally to a registry. So there's some type of record of paperwork being passed through one conveyed to another or others. So anyway, this is evidential. This is just self-evidence. This is actually was sent through the Vatican. They decided to pick this day and this morning to send this particular email and bring up the forgotten duty of the stamp in commemorance to Abraham Lincoln. Now, the Abraham Lincoln was also an aircraft carrier with the United States Navy, which used to be the Naval Department, or the American Naval Department. The United States is a storybook legal necessity corporation that hijacked the American Navy. It was hijacked out of legal necessity, connected to a story because of what's known as childish fear, which has both a good, neutral, and bad connotation. As the fireball skips a cloud. So anyway, the Abraham Lincoln is an aircraft carrier that was sitting parked facing the Kitsap County Courthouse in Bremerton, or Washington State, near Bremerton, Washington, where the sisterly brother resided as he entered the courtroom for proceedings on first-degree pedophile charges during trial. The Navy parked the Abraham Lincoln backwards in the port. It was parked backwards, special occasion, facing the courthouse, as this sisterly brother, as a naval veteran, proceeded with the trial. Now, these are just evidential presentations that only this sisterly brother comprehends, as well as those high up in the surveillance realms, extraterrestrial, alien, Vatican, CEO, elite levels, as to why this particular evidence was sent and presented this morning in coordination and synchronization with studying this particular old ancient currency market or trading market, because there's many different markets, financial markets to trade, so just call it financial markets as general. An old ancient trading method, which is very, very, very accurate, which this particular sisterly brother, Russell Edward Eskew, agent, lane number 043, registered mail lane number 043-731-210 US. That is a red label Universal Postal Office Postmaster General registered mail red sticker number that is stuck on the envelope. And those affiants that know more with the law, the lawful side, those numbers, that registered number is also typed on every document. It's either written or typed on every document contained in the envelope, within the envelope, so that there's no question to the recipient as to the legal registry concerning conveyance with the law. So, and so this particular evidence was sent through the email this morning because today in the trading markets, the New York session, which is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 0500 Pacific Standard Time, this particular sisterly brother with a claim on the name, Russell Edward Eskew, a lawful claim on the name, all capitalized letters, Russell Edward Eskew, thus being as the fireball pops out from the behind the cloud during that one, this sisterly brother being the agent, the lawful agent for the legal entity known as Russell Edward Eskew. One could say that I am the agent for that particular entity, or story in a book. So, today's trade revealed, after a good solid week studying the old ancient methods presented on YouTube. These old ancient methods are presented on YouTube. Well, certain individuals present them on YouTube. And so, after a good solid week study so far thusly, to get a good handle and comprehension on how these old, ancient, very accurate sniper accuracy. These are sniper accuracy. Tracking down the markets, the financial markets direction and entry into a trade. Sniper accuracy. And this morning was the first sniper accuracy presentation that revealed itself. Picture perfect. Although the trade was missed, but after a 2-hour nap and heading toward the dump cycle in the restroom, the revelation was just as the trade was closed out, because it changed direction, because it hit an old ancient picture perfect reversal signal. Picture perfect. And so as the sisterly brother was sitting on the toilet, realized, shit. There it was. 15 minutes before it happened, I had already got out of the position, was already gotten out of, and the computer turned off, and 2-hour nap. Because it was 7:45, the brother got out of the trade room, with a group of other traders. And there's a lead trader in there. And brother says, shit, fucking missed it. Because the brother was tired. And had been tracking this trade all night into the London session, midnight till 2 in the morning, and then a couple hours sleep, get up at 5, and track it for the New York session. So, anyway, so the reason for the video is evidence that there are those at high elite levels that are surveilling this brother's progress in the financial markets to be able to track things down. Track things down. Because that's what an arrest warrant is for. It's for bounty hunters, which track things down. For those that have participated either knowingly or unknowingly in hijacking situations. Hijacks. Jack is another word for flag. Flags are used to emphasize one's storybook, which is used to start a legal nation, which on the bad habit side likes to usurp lawful nations. Lawful nations being another word for the girl energy or the body. And the legal energy that likes to usurp is known as the boy energy or thought. Otherwise known in the martial arts and the Eastern Asian sessions as mind over matter. In other words, as Tony Robbins, the lovely stage presenter, keynote speaker, likes to share with everyone, if you can think it, you can cause it to happen. And also known in the Western religious realms as the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit oversees the mother, daughter, and the soul until equilibrium comes in with a counterclaim story to reveal a more living forever goal. Anyway, so that's one evidence that was sent. That, it's just a communication between those that surveil at higher levels to those that comprehend that there is surveillance going on. So that's the first email. And then the second email, mail is a place where registered affidavits are sent and communication is sent through the mail, otherwise legally known as the mailbox, sometimes referred to as the black mailbox. Most mailboxes sometimes used to be painted black. Blackmail is a term that's used preferably through those that like to hijack others. and as in more accurate sniper accuracy and pinpointing what could be really going on in the universe. To pinpoint more accuracy, a thought or boy energy that likes to dominate over the girl or body energy and keep the body energy subservient and or dying, while the spirit, also known as thought, gets to live forever, connected to the legal terms in religious Western philosophy as father and son, connected to the spirit, which could be a story that's full of holes, known as the Holy Spirit. And the story is only full of holes when it is audited with pinpoint sniper accuracy. Pinpoint sniper accuracy. In other words, instead of sinning and missing the mark or target is actually hit bullseye, or relatively close enough bullseye. Or it could also be known as the bear's eye. The bear's eye. And there are many different types of bears: black bears, grizzly bears, and the lovely polar bears, which are all white. The lovely polar bears. And it has been a polar bear experience these last couple weeks, with no wood stove going, training forth with the cold every day, living with the cold. No heater. Cold the last couple weeks. Pure cold. So then that brought in the what's called some like to call it the Eskimo way to live, which is to pack on much clothing and socks and underwear and shirts and hats and live like the quote unquote Eskimo. Anyway, that was evidence number 1 that was sent through the email. Here's evidence number 2, or email number 2, and then there's going to be an email number 3 evidence. So, remember, these are just communications. In layman's terms, it's communications between those that run the Vatican and me. That would be Jesuit general to Jesuit general, legal to lawful. So, no one else knows this unless the legal general or the lawful general brings forth the audit audibly. Then one really doesn't know it. It's just evidence to consider until the story is more clear and more clear. So, here's going to be the next email. Let's see here. Well, we're at 53%. Here it is. This is from Forex.com, which is a broker, a financial currency broker, currency exchange, foreign exchange broker. And the email was sent concerning the US dollar and the Japanese yen. Now, the yen is also known as the body energy, and the yang is known as the thought energy, thought and body. So, haven't read the email yet, but, you know, it is fluctuating around. Fluctuating around, you know, the evidential circumstances, which is all just hearsay. It's all just hearsay. It's all just a story. It's just things to consider. Things to consider. So, anyway, so yesterday was sent this email from this particular sender, who keeps sending fake bills through the email. Fake bills. And using different email names with the same old type bills sent. So here's basically the bill. And this particular individual, bully gang leader, has been sending these bills for the past 3 months now concerning all this stuff. Just keeps say, and the bills are basically thank you emails with a copy of the bill that was already paid or supposedly drawn from the bank account. Hello. Thank you for letting us draw $555.66 from your bank account concerning the Norton LifeLock computer, program. Norton is a very famous, virus preventer in computer programs. So thank you for purchasing. Now remember, this isn't always a bad thing. So every time they've been sending me bills, at first I let them know that there's a lawful warrant, basically in street language. I let them know there's a lawful warrant on their ass. Also knowing that there's a good side too. But on the bad side, coming from that perspective, it's always nice to be able to come from different perspectives, And then at the same time, I send them evidence to the warrant. just very faint, quaint evidence so far. I haven't all out launched out the warrant and sent it to them. I just like to play around with them, and while playing around, this provides opportunity to present information for them to considering from the perspective of the yin and yang, the thought and body evidence as to what's really going on, what's been going on in society. Not just society, but the universe as a whole. Because, obviously trees are dying, leaves are dying, stars are shooting in the sky, which scientists say are dying planets. And so, what is with all this death that has been falsely superseding and giving an illusion that death is normal and should continue this way forever? This illusion. So this sisterly brother, as agent to the all capitalized hijacking name, Russell Everett Eskew, the living man, the real living man, not the capitalism name, which is where the birth certificate is through the COVID-19 doctors' hospitals come into play. But anyway, so the brother has been sending these people here all kinds of emails, and so I just go here to the sent. Here's one here's one. The subject matter is entitled "King Faggot So Weak," and it starts off, well, if it ain't Suck Tick the actor. Suck Tit the actor. Another robot script for Suck Tick. And this goes into an article that was written and published in the public as a scientist, as a doctor, as a man and a girl, boy and girl that wears all hats. This one has to do with nervousness and nerves. And it goes on and on with the article. And this is one of many articles concerning current events and the current condition, especially with the last 8 years with COVID-19 and rigged presidential elections. Things have really come to the forefront, and acting wars and holograms and all that stuff. So that was one. And here was another one sent to them. This one, the subject matter concerning the subject called Dictionary Sucker Actress, he/she. And it says, hey there, suck tit. Ghislaine Maxwell is a clone. Jeffrey Epstein is a clone. Trump is a clone. Biden is a clone. All these arrests are clones. And so this is an article that was written concerning when Trump was president, or publicly known as president, from 2016 to 2020. Behind the scene, through executive orders, Trump was in the background arresting and tracking down and arresting many of those Hollywood actors and or politicians or high elites, supposedly now. He was tracking them down and putting them under arrest. So, and so this is a article that was written concerning all that which was going on at the time, and presenting a different evidential perspective on what could be going on with all this tracking down and arresting and presidential executive orders. It could all be a Hollywood show to mislead the public, to herd the public in a certain direction, to get them to believe a certain way, which is a religious warfare technique. So anyway, so that was one that was sent to this lovely gang member here with his gang that keeps sending fake bills through the email to the account that this sisterly brother, holds and advances a lawful lien upon. Otherwise, to speak the language of the local layman in the street, most people call it, they say, well, they sent it to my email. But an analysis with the word my, a sniper's accurate targeted bull's and bear's eye shot on that perspective to the word my brings all kinds of subconscious, subliminal programming as to why everyone's going around, or many living organisms are going around through the universe saying, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is all mine, and here you can have a little tiny little piece, but first kiss my ring, suck my dick, and bend over so I can fuck you up the ass to keep your little piece. That word my, when it's really looked at, which is broadly overseen through the common layman's conversation, because, from a story's perspective, most common laymen and lay women, lay girls, citizenship, and all that other lovely word that has been given great pride to be held up in. I'm a citizen of this nation. I'm a citizen of this nation. I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. I can walk the streets and freely. I'm under this particular flag, under this particular nation. And so, it gives one a sense of confidence and security that, one can live with and feel good. One can feel good while she walks the street. He or she walks or she or he walks the street. It's always nice to be able to get out on the street and feel somewhat good. So, out of legal necessity, there needs to be some type of insurance on the corner at the neighborhood block watch down there when they change names. There needs to be some type of insurance one wants to feel assured, have a touch bond. So State Farm Insurance down on the local corner has been replaced with some other name, Bigsby or Biography Insurance or whatever the fuck. It's all coming from the same controller. The same controller controls all the insurance companies, just like he controls all the bar attorneys, just like he controls all the banks, everything that has to do with legal circumstance and story. There is one gang leader that controls it all, funneled down through the Vatican and funneled up to what could be an extraterrestrial that oversees it all, who could be also known as just a little child that hasn't quite grown up yet, that's still going around throughout the universe killing off everything that doesn't bow down, and even if it does bow down, convinces them that dying is just part of living. And to look upon it as the accepted will, especially the will of the religious character, the head religious character, whether it be Muhammad, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, the almighty Yeshua, God, teenager, new ager, whatever ager. How many ages do you get to live? Did you follow my rules and my story? If you die, there's going to be 70 virgins on the other side for you after you've put in your hard bend over, pick the soap up rope work. After you've died, though, there's a promise on the other side of death that you get to live forever as connected to the Spirit, the Almighty Spirit that lives forever. That's the only thing that lives forever. It's the Spirit. And then if you're lucky, you'll get a new body. And it'll be a much more sought after body than the present body. So the story goes. Most everyone in religious realms are looking forward to that, being on the other side of the fence with that beheld new body that supposedly lives forever. Which could be a trap story. Anyway, so that's another email, and brother could go on with other emails. I mean, brother just wanted to connect the significance for today, the significance for today, in celebration to an old ancient trading technique. Because, trade is not just financial trade. Trade is just another word for communication. In other words, to share something. Trade is just sharing the Panther platform out in the front yard. Sharing the name that the mother was called, that the mother used, the mother that claims to have given birth to this particular sisterly brother right here on the video now, on the video screen. So today is just an evidential video in celebration of all the wonderful signs from I suppose one could say elite levels. There used to be a car wash down here. They called it the Elite Car Wash, and just recently the name was changed to something like Star Wash. And then they changed the colors. It's not green anymore, it's blue. Big changes and it's right across the corner from the old State Farm insurance company, which was red and white colors. Now the new insurance company that just put their sign on the door, it's kind of like an off blue, navy blue, more like a navy blue. Navy and blue. Biography insurance, something like that, whatever. Brother will have to drive by it a few more times to get the name down, the exact name. But remember, all the insurance companies, all the CEOs, all the departments, all the gas stations, any of these corporate stations that are out here, which through the way are there to support the military. All these towns are here to support the military. All these stores out here are here to support the military. The military is just a word for the war effort to go around the universe and dominate. Anyway, there's more into that. But anyway, today's video is just evidence as part 2 to the trade. Captain's log, a memoir. It's an audio book. Audio. The Mickelson twins with Forbes magazine. The Mickelson twins being used with Amazon, the head trade corporation for obtaining merchandise, Amazon, through Forbes magazine, and the Mickelson twins that are teaching everybody, you can make $14,000 a month just coming out with audiobooks. They say, we'll do most of the work, 90% of the work for you. All you got to do is just a couple little steps. You make $15,000, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 a month if you join our audiobook club. And they've got a special price, $199 a month, $2,000 course. They'll teach everyone that wants to join up how to audit. Which isn't all a bad thing. That might seem like it. Could be used as a bad thing. Anything can be used good or bad. Anything. Any weapon, any idea, any word, any action, anything. It depends on the beholder, how the beholder wants to use the particular situation. So anyway, so the battery's getting low, and we'll just have this be a part 2 to the trade video. Part 2. So adios, plunkty plink, plankty bank.